What's going on, y'all? We got another one for y'all. Welcome to the Thinking Out Loud podcast, and I am your man, Chance. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe if y'all digging the podcast. And we got a great topic for y'all today. A great topic. We talking about fear. Fear, bro, and chasing your dreams, bro. Are you scared? I'm gonna act like one of those commercials that come on BET at 3 a.m. in the morning.
If you've been diagnosed with mesothelioma, call me right now.
Are you scared to chase your dreams? Does fear overtake your life? You can be liable for compensation if fear overtakes your life. Call 1-800-FEAR. Fear, man, it's natural. We were all born with fear, bro. Literally. Whether it's fear of fitting in, fear of being cute, fear of knowing what you're talking about. Fear is just a natural emotion, man. But hey, what are you going to do about it? Are you scared? Imagine how many people have let fear control their life. Fear has controlled many people's lives. That's why they'll never be who they were destined to be, because they let fear take control. And it's crazy to think about it. Like, as you sit back and watch this podcast, I want you to self-reflect and think, bro, are you chasing your dreams? Are you scared? Are you letting fear drive the boat right now in your life? Are you letting fear drive the boat? You know what I'm saying? Because fear is obviously hindering people from chasing their dreams, bro. You know how many people stop living before they die? Because fear has taken over. Because we're scared to chase our dreams. We're scared because we think that, oh man, this is just too hard to achieve. This is unfathomable, bro. So we're our own biggest enemies, bro. We haven't even tried, and we already said we gonna fail. That's crazy. And we do it day in and day out. Everybody's doing it. Even I've done it. I've been scared. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I've been scared. But what pushes you is your faith, your circle, and yourself. Because at the end of the day, this is your life. This is your race. You running your own race. And the thing about running your own race is there's only one lane on the track. And you control your time, your speed, when you start and when you stop. So are you gonna let fear dictate how your life is, man? Cause people really are, people settle. People settle in a lot of things. Not just talking about career. Prime example. Prime example. How many times have y'all heard somebody say, "Man, bro, I'm gonna just stay with them because I don't feel like starting over. I'm gonna just stay with them." Whole time, that's not even your person. You just scared to start over. You just scared to repeat the process of dating and asking somebody what their favorite color is. But fear traps you in that situation that you know deep down inside isn't good for you. And it's the same thing with your life, man, with your career, for example. I work at Walmart right now. This is an example. I don't work at Walmart. This is just an example. I do not work at Walmart Supercenter, bro. Not knocking people who work at Walmart, bro. We need Walmart TNs. We need Walmart niggas. Shout out Walmart people, bro. But you have people that work at Walmart or warehouse or whatever, and they get comfortable, they get lax, and they stay there forever because they are scared to chase that thing that keeps bugging them in the back of their mind. That dream that vision of what life could be if they just stepped outside of their comfort zone. It's not crazy to think that you could be a millionaire, bro. It's not crazy to think that, bro. It's plenty of millionaires out here. I used to think I used to think that it was hard to. I feel like when I was growing up, I was like, man, it's hard to make money. There's always the people who make little to nothing. You know, you got to struggle, and the far few people make millions. The rappers, the athletes, the entertainers. But that is not true at all. People are having their way out here, whether they lawyers, doctors, entrepreneurs, hairstylists, um, athletes, rappers, whatever. They chase their dream. And they didn't let anything or anybody stop them from chasing their dream. So with that point being made, you can't tell everybody your dream, bro. No matter who it is, you can't tell whether there's friends. Sometimes that's even family, bro. You can't tell people your dream. You tell somebody, man, I want to go to the NBA. Man, you can't go to the league, bro. You sorry, cuz. Off the bat. Off the bat. Man, I want to be a doctor. Bro, you want to be a doctor? You want to be somebody? You want to be somebody. Look where we from, bro. You want to be somebody? Bro, come smoke these roll. Come smoke these roll, bro, and we got work in the morning, bro. You stay right here with me. People will literally shit on your dream because they want somebody to sit in that space of comfortability with them and it makes them feel better about themselves. Or B, they just can't fathom the dream that you envision. And that's okay. Everybody not meant to get to the top but you, man. That whole, the cliche phrase, bro, eagles soar at the top. Every a hummingbird can't fly with an eagle. You hear that so often, man, and it's true, bro. It's true. We have to get back to. I feel like the world corrupts people. You know what I'm saying? When you young, man, you just think everything is peaches and cream, bubbles and sunshine and ice cream, and it can be that if you put in the work. Honestly, dream like that little kid, that 6, 7, 8 year old kid that had the dream of being in the league, owning their own firm, opening their own business. But you have matriculated through life so much and heard so much negativity. You have seen people in your circle quit. And now you've got the itis. Now you fearful. Now you doubting yourself. And now you've become a quitter. Look at yourself in the mirror. Look at yourself in the mirror. Do you like what you see? Do you like what you see? This man, look. Y'all bull job. Y'all bull jobbing. This is ridiculous, bro. You can't tell everybody your dream, man. And I learned that quickly. People will shit on your dream. And it might not even be on purpose. It might not even be on purpose, but sometimes it is on purpose, bro. Man, I don't want to see that nigga win. I don't want to see him win. Your closest friends, your family members do not want to see you win. Not all the time. But you have to have discernment and be aware of who you want to share certain information with because everybody is not for you. Everybody that say they for you is not for you. And that's a tough pill to swallow. That is a tough pill to swallow. People find themselves staying at the same job, staying in the same. There's no growth because fear hinders us. Like fear is a natural reaction, bro. And that's okay. We're all born with fear. That's innate. That's innate, bro. However, being that fear is natural, you have to have the courage to make a decision of whether you're going to let fear control your life. Are you going to stay at that job? Or are you going to stay in their relationship? Or are you going to keep doing the same things that you know is not good for your life? Are you going to keep hanging around the same people out of fear that they won't like you anymore? Bro, that preach, won't he do it? Because people will be your friend when it's time to drink and smoke. But when it's time to tell them about your business plan, oh man, I don't want to hear this shit. Man, that ain't gonna work, man. You ain't got no money. And it's funny, people will always say that, bro. You ain't got no money, bro. You can't do that, bro. You ain't got no money, but you have the greatest thing in the world, bro. An idea. What's the greatest nation in the world, bro? What's the greatest nation in the world? Shout out Coach Beard. Told me this. The greatest nation in the world. You probably thinking, man, the United States, bro.
America, y'all know.
The United States, man. Fly Eagles, man. The freedom and patriotism and Trump. Like, that's what you thinking. You might say China. You know what I'm saying? But imagination is the greatest nation in the world, and we were all blessed to have imagination. However, you let the world dim your imagination. And now you're just another person who let fear overcome their life. And now you're working and living a life that you don't even like, that you're not even comfortable in, that you wish would change every day, but you say, fear you won. Fear, I am scared of you, and I don't want to chase my dreams and live that life I envision. That is crazy. It is sad to live in regret. It's okay. We regret certain things. You may regret that girl you cheated on. You may regret not studying for a test. You may regret a whole bunch of things, but the worst regret is not chasing the thing that you envisioned and wanted for your life. You're going to live with that regret day in, day out. Sleep with it, wake up with it. It's going to be a yoke on your back because you were scared. You scared. You scared. It's okay. You scared. You scared. It's okay. You scared. But the crazy thing is that we all have been scared at one point in time. Ask anybody who started a business, were they scared? It's been some days where they weren't making no chicken, no money. But they stayed patient, they stayed the course, and they trusted in themselves. So do you trust in yourself? Do you trust in your talents and your abilities, man? Do you trust in yourself? It's people out here doing stuff that you can do better, and they making money off of it. They making money off of it. I know y'all, because I know people are genuinely messy. People are naturally messy. I know y'all seen somebody who, girl, she can't even braid no hair. And she over here making money. She can't even braid. Edges be not laid. I don't know how y'all talking her in her school. Edges don't be laid. Leave out be messed up. Sew in be crunchy. Girl, I could do better, but you not. You clocking in at the Walgreens. She took the step, so that is what makes her better than you. She took that leap of faith. You didn't. So her sew in can be crunchy. Her leave out can be trash. She's still better than you because she took that leap of faith and didn't let fear conquer her. Man, I feel like I need to open up a church. It's time for offering. We take Cash App, Venmo, and Apple Pay. And the bucket is coming around now. We want you to understand that fear is no good. That's the sermon for the day. We will be collecting another offering at the end of the service as well. But no, seriously, man. Along with fear, there's a twofold thing to this whole thing of life, man. Life is hard, bro. We talked about that the last podcast. Life is hard. You know what I'm saying? Once you get a little money in your pocket, you still ain't conquer life, bro. Money ain't the answer to everything. But right now we're talking about fear. And along with fear and chasing your dreams comes putting in the work. Putting in the work, bro. I had a kid. I was talking to a kid here in middle school, here in Memphis. He's talking about how he want to go to the league. You know what I'm saying? He a little chubby, which is okay. Not body shaming anybody. But he's a little chubby kid. He's good. Good at basketball. He's slow. Slow as molasses. Slow, but he hooping. Not tall at all. Short, fairly short. Maybe he'll hit a growth spurt because he's only in middle school. But he said, "Hey, bro, Chance, like, man, look, I'm trying to go to the league, bro. I'm trying to go to the league." And like I said, I don't try to down anybody's dreams, bro. If you tell me you want to be the president of the United States, bro, what's your plan? How you gonna get there, bro? And how can I help you get there, bro? Because it can be done. It's been plenty presidents. You can be one of them if you put in the work. Are you putting in the work? Going back to the little boy, he said, "Chance, man, I don't know why I just see him as like Respucia. He's like a male Respucia, bro. But he's so good, bro. He's amazing. He's amazing, bro. Shout out Corey. But he said, Chance, bro, I'm trying to get to the league, man. I'm trying to get to the league, bro. You know what I'm saying? I said, bro, what you do? You know what I'm saying? What you doing? Like, he's like, what you mean? I'm like, basketball wise, you know what I'm saying? You trying to get to the league, bro? What you doing? You know what you doing? Man, I come here, practice, go home. I'm like, yeah, bro, cool. Cool. Mind you, he's in middle school, so he can't do too much. I said, bro, you got to go at your house? Yeah, I got to go, bro. I got to go. How often you shooting? Man, I go out there, you know what I'm saying? It's cool. When it's cool, when the weather's nice, Mind you, it's August in Memphis. It's hot. It's humid. I don't see how slaves was picking cotton in this weather. They were soldiers, bro. This is the type of weather. As soon as you step outside, it's like a layer of heat just engulfs you, bro, and you start sweating. I hate Memphis heat. He said, "Yeah, I go out. You know what I'm saying? I shoot every now and then, but I come to practice for an hour, get my work in, go home. You know." I said, "Well, you know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. What you eating, bro? How you eating?" Man, I eat the Dixie Queen. Hit the American Deli. Hit Crumpets on Highland. Shout out Crumpets on Highland. Now you McDonald's, you know what I'm saying? Oh, cool. Cool, bro. That's solid. It's some good food. That's some good food. I'm like, well, you study anybody? You watching film? No, man. I just watch, I watch the games. I watch the little edits on TikTok, but I ain't doing nothing crazy. I said, bro, statistically, 1% after high school, 1% of all basketball players who play high school basketball play college ball. Then out of that 1%, another 1% probably makes it to the NBA. So if you want to get to the league or play overseas, you're going to have to put in the work. I said, because you're not just competing with your teammates. You're not just competing with other players in the city of Memphis. You're not even competing with other players in the state of Tennessee. You're not even competing with other players in the United States of America. You are competing with players in the world. And it's somebody your age right now that's getting up at 5 in the morning running every day. It's somebody that's your age getting up 1,000 shots a day. It's somebody that's your age that's putting in the work and time because they don't just say that they want to go to the league. They putting effort behind it. They putting effort behind it. So are you putting effort behind your dream, dog? You say you want to be a lawyer. You say you want to be a doctor, bro. You not studying. I don't want you pricking me and you don't know what you doing. You're not studying. You're not putting in the long hours. You instead of putting in the long hours to study, you want to put in the long hours at the happy hour. You just want to go have fun, but you want to live a lavish life. Understandable. You want to live a lavish life, but you don't look lavish. You want to be a rapper, bro. Not knocking anybody who wants to be a rapper. It's it's not for everybody. However, if you put in the time, bro, it's plenty of rappers out here that's not good, that's famous. Are you putting in the work? Are you perfecting your craft? Are you getting better? How much sleep are you losing for this, bro? How much sleep are you losing for this? To my ladies, you want to do hair, you want to do lashes, you want to be a nurse, a teacher. Are you putting in the work behind your dream? Are you putting in the work? Are you studying? Are you promoting your business? Are you, when you do get clientele for your business, are you professional? Those are the things, man. Because when you overcome fear, overcoming fear is not the end all be all. That's just the first step. And that's seemingly the biggest step, bro. But that's just the first step. Are you chasing your dream and are you putting in the work in your field? In your field. Man, this is crazy. This is crazy, bro. What are you doing with your life? Again, we offer compensation to people who have let fear overcome their life. I got to put my serious face on. You sit up. You sit up. If you have overcome fear, or if you have succumbed to fear, call 1-800-FEAR because you are eligible for compensation. You know, like I know, that you scared. You scared. You scared. You shaky. You know you ain't gonna make it. You scared. You scared, and that's okay. The first step, what they say, the first step is admittance, is admitting. Say, repeat after me. Chance, I'm scared. Say it with me. Chance, I'm scared. Good. You scared. And that's okay. What are you gonna do about it, Chief? What you gonna do about it, Chief? Are you gonna continue to live in fear and be nothing? And when I say be nothing, I don't mean just working a regular job because people get that misconstrued. Be nothing in comparison to what you dreamt of. If you knew you dreamt of being this multi-millionaire mogul and you're flipping chicken at the church's chicken, you're nothing. You're nothing. If you dreamt of making an impact in children's lives, being a teacher who actually cared about the students, perfected her craft, his or her craft, and made a difference, but you're working at Target, you're nothing. You're nothing. You don't want to apply to school because it's too hard. You're nothing, bro. And this is not downing anybody. This is not trying to down anybody because everybody has their own personal experiences. Life gets in the way, bro. Things happen. But this is your reminder, your call to action that you can be that person that you dreamt of being. There's nothing else to say. There's nothing else to say, bro. That person that you dreamt of being, no matter the people who told you couldn't be, no matter the family that may have betrayed you, no matter the amount of tests you failed, no matter the ups and downs of your business, no matter all of that, bro, because that happens. That's life, bro. That's life. That's life. But are you strong enough? Are you courageous enough? Are you willing to keep going and put in the work? Because remember, this is your race, one lane. And that's the issue. We compare ourselves to other people. Oh man, she did it in 2 months. That's not your race. That's not your time. You don't know what people, we really don't know anybody. We only see what people show us. You don't know the work she put in behind the scenes. So this is your race. Are you training for your race? Are you putting in the time to make sure you are adequately conditioned for your race? And the beautiful thing about running your race, this one lane race, is that you'll always come out in first place. No matter your time, no matter your speed, you're going to always come out in first place. Now, again, this is offering time. And we are passing the collection plate from all of you who may be in fear. If you are in fear, please drop a little something in the bucket. Because this podcast has to keep moving. We have to keep the lights on in here. But again, this is your call to action, man. This is your sign. Maybe you got off track. Maybe you got sick. Maybe some life things happened. Maybe you second guessed yourself. But this is your sign, man. It's your call to action. Stop letting fear cause you to stop living before you die. Stop letting fear make you doubt chasing your dreams and putting in the work to be that person you dreamt of being, man. Look, this is another episode, man. We ain't getting too deep starting off. This is just something I just want to tell y'all, because if God put it on my heart to tell y'all that y'all been bullshitting, that y'all ain't been chasing y'all dreams and y'all been scared. Y'all been scared. And it's okay. Stop being scared, bro. Stop being scared. Who gonna say something? Who cares? Who cares? I don't worry about what people think. Who cares? If you fail, you fail, bro. You gonna succeed eventually. It's just a matter of time. Shout out Kim. Song of the day. Song of the day, man. I didn't address it in the beginning of the episode because it was on my heart to tell y'all that y'all was scared. But the song of the day, Southern Hospitality by Ludacris and For Real. Throw them bows. That's the type of music you just get and you start dancing and boogieing. That, man, I wish my generation had the club scene. I feel like our club scene just folks trying to be cool, sit on the wall, you know what I'm saying, be looking cool, and they design and stuff. I feel like back in the day, if you miss going to the gym, you can hit the club and sweat off your calories and get your workout in. Cause they was leaving it all out there. Dance floor, sweaty, sticky, muggy. They getting down, and once that beat drop, they is outside. They is outside, bro. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this episode, man. If y'all did, comment, like, share, subscribe, and tune back in, because we're going to have some more heat for y'all coming up soon. I'm your man, Chance. Y'all be blessed. Stop living in fear. Chase y'all dreams. That's my time. We out, y'all.